Welcome to Love, Life, and Lies. I'm your host, Kevin Evans, and we have Callie joining us again. For those that did not hear the previous episode, Callie was married for 6 years, is now divorced, and has been reintroduced into the dating world. And I want to bring her along to share some of my philosophies on why women are difficult.
Ooh.
Pretty accurate?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's always a challenge when you go back in the dating world and trying to start dating again after a long marriage. And then I realized why it's nice to be married sometimes. You don't have to deal with this shit sometimes. And so there are 3 things I've learned that women want in a man. They want a man to be confident. They want to feel protected. And they want a sense of humor.
Yes.
Am I dead on those?
For sure. Yes.
Now, that's the first cut. Mm-hmm. That's just for the intro to get an interest. Now, there's second and third and fourth tiers of relationships, and you get into conflict resolution, similar hobbies, communication, all that, correct?
I mean, if you hit 10-10 on those 3 things, you're pretty much in.
No, that's just a start, though. Because if you don't have similar interests, and you don't have conflict resolution.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And you don't shower for 3 days and stuff. There's a lot of other things that go into it. That's just the first cut. You can get through the first 3 things pretty easy.
That's true.
So if you have those 3 things, you kind of get the door open. That's the key, right?
Yes.
So what I've learned on that is there's 2 phases. There tends to be, you hear this reference of nice guys versus bad boys. And there's a difference in the nice guy area. And this is why I want to dig into those differences. Then we'll get into further things. First of all, I think women confuse nice guys and kind guys. So nice guys are those that will put women on a pedestal, be yes men, be little puppy dogs, words of affirmation. They change who they are.
The simps?
What's that?
Simps?
Yeah, we can go with that. I'm trying to be nice guys. Let's use nice guys. Simps just, it's kind of very insulting, but
I
mean, guys will say, I'm a nice guy. They'll never say, hey, I'm a simp, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. Some guys, if they're really nice, you say you're a simp, they say, yes, I am. That's
if they say they're a simp, then they're weirdos.
Run away. But so nice guys change who they are in order to try to please a woman or go after a woman. And those guys typically get friend zoned really quick. Kind guys, that's a different animal. And I don't think a lot of women are mature enough to understand what a kind guy is because there's elements of niceness in them. A kind guy is core value. They don't change who they are. That's just who they are. They're kind individuals in general. It's a quiet confidence.
Okay.
And nice guys, they're not confident, but based off of their past experience, they will throw kind individuals into the nice guy bucket very quickly and screw it up.
So well, I feel like the kind guys don't really care because they are so confident, right?
You're right, correct. But what happens is they start getting used, and women dismiss them. Kind of, they can. For example, a nice guy will please the woman and act differently in other arenas. Mm-hmm. A kind guy is consistent in his behavior with everyone.
That is true.
That's the difference there. And the problem is women will not stick around maybe long enough to understand that that's what they have. So they'll judge a painting by this small piece of a painting and they'll say that's the whole painting, which is not even close to it. And then you get into the bad boys. And those are guys that know how to play the game. They have this image, and they're actually insecure people. When you get to bad boys, the narcissists, the manipulators, they're
not always bad people either.
Didn't say they're bad people.
Yeah.
They're just.
A lot of people think they are.
Some of them are.
Very
There are some very bad people.
Usually insecure, yes.
Yeah, insecurity. Now, those are the players and stuff like that. And then you have I call them false alphas. So they're out there, they put on this image, but they're really insecure. And I know a bunch of guys that I see out there, they're players. False alphas are kind of players.
Is this a difference between the bad boys?
They're kind of, so bad boys is the overall label. And there's subsections of the bad boys. Okay. It's how they can be viewed or different labels within that arena. And then you get the true alphas. The alphas like, fuck you to everybody. They don't care. And those are the guys, those are just strong guys, powers. And I know alphas among alphas that they don't care. And those are very confident individuals. They're not insecure at all, and they will run over the top of their grandma if they're after a goal. But those guys are alphas. Are they bad guys? Not necessarily.
Okay.
There can be bad individuals. There can be bad individuals within any of those elements. But so for simplicity, you say nice guy versus bad boys. And so then you get it broken down. So I want to talk about the nice. Well, women go after the bad boys because they have this image of being strong, secure, and they're really insecure deep down, and they're just kind of players. And I know guys that are out there that come across that way, and I know them as individuals, and I'm like going, he's just out there for body count because he got screwed over in a relationship. He got divorced, so he's out there trying to prove himself as one thing, but he's insecure as fuck.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot.
And they do stupid shit. What women really want, in my opinion, is they want a kind guy with an edge. They're just not mature enough to understand when that's in front of them because they view the kind guy as a nice guy, so that gets dismissed. And they don't want to see the rest of the painting.
It takes a little bit, in my personal experience. It took me getting into my late 20s to recognize the kind guy versus a nice guy. I was going for the bad boys and, the fun ones and the adrenaline rushes. And then, I don't know, I think that's a maturity thing as well, just because it's like, you kind of get tired of that bullshit,
Yep. Well, and
So-
experience comes from making bad choices. That's when we get experience.
Yes.
And again, it's a stage of life in many cases.
Kind guys win, though. I feel like they win.
In the long run.
Yeah.
In the long run, they are. And I've had a number of people. I tend to think of myself fitting in that arena. So it's and people can argue that point, but I kind of fit in that arena in many ways. So they don't stick around long enough. And I've had a number of women come back to me later on and say, I fucked up. I go, yeah, you did. I will not be second place. If you went that, yeah.
Question on that.
Okay.
So I'm curious about that. So do you feel like you got offended, or are you so offended that you don't even want to give it another try?
Nope.
Really?
I'm not offended.
Because I think women sometimes. Okay, so I've been in. Well, how do I explain this? I feel like women sometimes they'll ignore it and then they'll notice that you're not being weird, and then they'll come back. I've done that before, and I'm like.
Well, what I mean by that kind of situation is like, no, I'm dating this.
Sense.
I'm dating this guy. I'm giving it a chance, and so you're second choice there, and so no, I won't give that a second chance, and because you got dumped. The way I feel, it's like
they did it like rudely.
Not rudely, but you got dismissed.
Okay.
And dating.
Maybe you didn't like them that much anyway, right?
No, maybe I did.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because they weren't mature enough to recognize what they had. That meant that they liked something else than other people. So are they going to make that choice again later on? Is somebody else going to come along with those same traits? That's just how I view it. Whether it's right or wrong, that's just the way I operate. I can't defend it. I'm just saying that's the way I am.
Okay.
So in my view, in that situation is, okay, you dismissed me or you dumped me, for lack of a better term, and went with this individual. I mean, dating is meant to date and decide what you like. I don't date anybody monogamously for at least 90 days. And here's why. First of all, I want to make sure they're the right pick for me. And number two, I want to make sure I'm the right pick for them. And if I'm not, so be it. And so to dismiss you at that early stage of it, instead of dating for a period of time to find out which one they go after, they've dismissed you at a very early stage. And in my opinion, that means that you're not taking enough data points in to make decisions, so that may be problems further down the line. That's just the way I view things.
Do you think maybe it could be because of what we talked about in our last episode about girls feeling like it's going too fast, or
but that's
you know what I mean?
Well, but those are different things.
Because that's happened. That's where I'm.
Now that's a different
different
situation. I'm saying dismiss for another individual.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was very
okay.
explicit to that, because what you're talking about is when somebody pulls back and the thing is moving too fast.
Okay,
that's a different scenario. I'm not second choice there.
Gotcha.
That's for their benefit.
Confusion cleared. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So there's a difference. I'm being dismissed for another individual, and they're going, you know what? He was an asshole, and it's like, yep, you're lost. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. But that's what I'm referring to. Okay. So when you get dismissed for something else, for somebody else, for certain traits, that's the issue that I have. And no, I won't give a second chance.
It's disrespectful, yes, at that point. Yes.
And with me, and we've talked off the air before, I'm big on respect.
I am as well, yes.
And being dismissed at an early stage is partly being disrespectful. And how they did it becomes very important too. You know, so there's a lot of pieces that go into it, but in general, I don't want to be second place.
I can agree with that. I feel the same way. It's like, no, actually, I'm not actually going to deal with this. I know that I would think that the one would know their value to not put up with that, right?
Right. Well, that's a point too.
It's like kind of like, fuck, or you know, fuck you.
And you know what? Some guys deserve that. A lot of guys deserve it, actually. But one of the things is women are pre-programmed, and I will preface this again because I catch a lot of flack. Bell curve, my experiences, okay? So in my belief, women are pre-programmed or programmed at a very early age. They can get what they want and how they want it. You know, you're a princess. You know, you deserve to be treated this way. So they're programmed at a very early age. And even today's society, it's still being programmed that way. And so they can walk
in a more aggressive way, right?
More aggressively?
Yeah.
They just get stronger.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, you're such a princess. Also, be empowered and
yes,
fuck everybody. If they don't
pretty
believe
much.
Me, I'm like, oh god.
Yeah,
it's got a little aggressive there.
It's definitely being jammed down. Well, not jammed down, but it's the message is out there. And you know,
with that being said, like I love my independent, awesome women, right? But
I love women independence.
Some of y'all need to humble yourselves, okay?
Well, and that's what we'll get into a little bit later. The one thing that I love strong independent women because I always want to be pushed back on a little bit because I'm the most complicated, simple guy you'll ever meet, and I need somebody to be able to push back at me a little bit, provided it's done correctly. I
guess there is a difference between that and entitled, right?
Yes, and that's what I was getting. They're programmed to be entitled, and guys fall for this, and they do this, and they reinforce that any woman can go to a bar on a Friday night, 6th Street here in Austin, which is for those people not in Austin, it's a big party area. The weekends they shut it down. All bars. It's a big party atmosphere. Mainly University of Texas people go there to party. But they can walk into a bar, sit at the bar, stand there, and they can drink for free all night. And they know that. And guys are stupid enough to reinforce that. They'll go, hey, can I buy you a beer and drink?
Stupid enough, or are they doing a little, you know?
No, I was at this bar
maybe
called the...
Tooting their ego, you know? I don't know.
Well, some of them. I was at this bar at Concrete Cowboy, getting ready, I'm buying a drink at the bar, and this woman comes up to get a drink, and she goes, yeah, can I put my drink on your tab? I go, no.
Okay, that's rude.
She goes, that's kind of rude, isn't it? I go, it's rude to ask me. And I go, what's in it for me? And she goes, I'll give you a sexy little dance. And she wiggles her hips a little bit. I go, I see that all around the dance floor. You got to do better than that. You know what? Go get a drink for somebody else. And she was pissed off because she felt
entitled. Got pissed?
Oh, yeah. I
entitled.
Can't remember if she flipped me off or not, but I really didn't care. But don't ask me to buy a drink for you.
See, I feel a little different on that. So I roll my eyes at these entitled girls like that. But if I'm going to a bar, I got my own money. Like, I don't mind buying my own drinks, but also, like, I don't mind if other people buy me drinks or if they're coming, and that's the icebreaker usually for guys. Let me buy you a drink.
And that's wrong. Guys just, fuck yeah.
I feel like it's just been normal for so long.
That's why women feel entitled, because a guy walk up there, can I buy you a drink? And guys are stupid enough to keep doing it. Because it's a weak opening line.
Yeah.
Because they've invested in you. It's like, of course we're going to drink for free. That's my whole point. They can drink for free. Because guys will keep doing the stupid thing because they go, oh, she likes me. It's like, no, she likes free drinks.
That is true. Am I being entitled to be like, what's wrong with that?
I didn't say it's wrong. It's what it is.
I'm like,
but that's what I'm saying.
Makeup on, buy me a drink now.
But that's what I'm saying. Why it's difficult, because there is an entitlement mentality out there for that, because they're programmed that way. And you just said that. You know you can do that. Is it wrong?
And I do try to not be entitled. I grew up an ugly duckling. had to, build a personality before I got my looks to me. And so I do get entitled because, people apparently think I'm cute. And then I've noticed a difference between, being cute or when I wasn't. And I'm like, I struggle with that.
Struggle with what? Being cute?
No, struggle with if I'm being entitled or if I'm valid to whatever I'm feeling. Whatever I'm feeling, if that makes sense.
If a guy's stupid enough to go and buy a drink, then take it. Now, you got to put up a bunch of bullshit, too. The reality is you got to pull up. They can be aggressive. Hands get moving and stuff like that. They feel you buy a few drinks and they own you. So it's a catch-22. If you want to deal with that, my point was you can drink for free because guys are stupid and guys will keep throwing stuff at women all day long. And that's why they're difficult because they know there's always a BBD around the corner. Bigger, better deal. Always around the corner.
Women think this.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yes. So they know that there's some dude with money. There's some dude that will throw stuff at them. And, I see it all the time. Why do you think there's so many strip clubs out there and stuff? Because guys will spend money on that kind of stuff. I know more women that will go into, arrangements and stuff, sugar daddies. You don't have there's very few sugar mamas out there, but sugar daddies have a bun. They will throw money at women all the time.
I've tried to find me a sugar mama. Hasn't worked out so far.
Me too. It really sucks. Having fun with that. Still working on it though. So for those ladies that have that, just saying. So what happens is you get these women that are programmed that way and guys keep falling for it. They keep buying stuff. And so it reinforces that behavior. And some of it is, women seeking affirmation. They feel entitled. And then they'll pull you in and, they'll pull you in this and like it and then push it back. And then, okay, I want some more stuff. I'll bring you in. And that gets into the whole nice guy thing again. So nice guys fall for that stuff because they want to please the woman. They put them on a pedestal and women take advantage of that. So they friend zone them, kind of knowing what they're after. And then the guys are stupid enough to hang around because, if I do all these nice things and all these guys are assholes to them, then she'll see how much of a prize I am. But
I've
he's
never
really
understood that.
What's that?
Why they think that way.
They're stupid. It's that simple. There's just guys out there.
It's very strange.
It's insecure.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
So they use, I'm going to please you as their security. So they think by being nice, that's all they know. So they figure, I'm going to please you because you deserve to be treated like a princess. And they fall for that shit. And women eat it up.
God bless them, though. God bless them.
Who, the nice guys?
Yeah, man.
No.
I feel bad.
Actually, you know what? You're right. I do too because there's less competition for me out there. When these guys are acting like this, keep going, dudes. It's awesome.
It makes me sad. It makes me a little sad. I'm like, come on, man. Where's your breakouts?
Oh, but but trust me, you've had guys that you friend zone that were nice guys that you probably use and spit out too, right? Give me an example. Come on, give me one.
Just one. I got about 1,000. No.
We don't have that much time.
No. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. I've been there. But do you want to hear a whole story on it? What do you mean?
Yeah. Give me an example. A guy that was really nice that you said, hey, really nice guy, but he just doesn't have the guts. He doesn't have come on.
Okay. Yeah, I've met quite a few of them. What kind of story would you like me to tell? Which one?
I don't know. Bob was a nice guy. Asked me on a date. He was too nice. Gave me everything I wanted. And
yeah, that's basically what happened.
Yeah, I know. You can just fill in the name. Fill in the blank. And then he hung around. He was always there to hear my stories. He would come over for movies. Maybe we'd cuddle. He might move his hand and make this little timid thing. I said, no, we're just friends. Okay. He's waiting for the fall. So here's what night guys do. Their whole plan is they're waiting for that crack to open. And the moment it opens, they're going to walk through the door and think they're the knight in shining armor. This is their whole philosophy. And they're going to cuddle you. They're going to get you in this vulnerable moment and then try to bang you. And then you're going to fall in love with them. That's the thought process.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then you may throw them a mercy bang, but that's what they're counting on. And then he's still good in bed, but he usually is not.
Right.
See, this happened, right?
For sure.
Door cracked open, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and
And
sometimes
then they become, they're clingy. That's the next level. Those guys typically will be clingy too.
Yeah. I try, and I don't really know a way to even help them because I would like to, because it makes me fucking sad, like seeing, these men just freaking bending over backwards for everything. I'm like, oh my God, come on.
That's why strip clubs are strip clubs.
Oh, that's true. Got to keep them in business.
Bunch of lonely men there, and you know what? They get a couple of lap dances, a couple of drinks, and strippers know that.
That's true.
So that's their moment.
Support your local strip club.
Their moment, yeah. Support those single mothers.
For sure.
Bad joke. Not really. But yeah, that's what nice guys do. They try to walk through it, and that's why women will chew them up and spit them out, because they'll keep doing it over and over. And there's an abundance of those until they either learn their lesson, go broke, or, find somebody that's, they're going to take care of. But typically, they're not going to be in a relationship that's a strong relationship.
Oh, for sure.
Not with a woman they really love, a woman that usually walk all over them, and they'll probably get divorced at some point.
I was about to say, I know of a couple where the nice guy actually ended up getting the girl finally because she ended up settling. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest. Yeah, she runs the whole show all the time. But what's weird to me watching these situations is that I don't think the nice guy is like really feeling it at all. He just has his trophy, and not that he even sees her as a trophy. He's just like, I got her. That's all that matters.
Right, he got the prize. And he's satisfied with that. He'll never stray. He'll be loyal as hell. But there's no thrill in the ride anymore. It's like riding a merry-go-round of a roller coaster.
I feel like it is for him still. Like which I've just personally seen from people that I know. Like, they're so delusional.
Right.
That I don't think they feel anything other than like just pure like
lust. He married lust. He got lust. That's really what it is. The nice guy got lust.
Obsession.
And that's borderline, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you get weird. And some women will fall. They settle, like you said, but the women are never happy.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So that's the challenge on that one.
I do think they try to be.
But but that's why women are difficult, and they'll shift gears all the time in general. So the younger they are, the more difficult they are on top, because they haven't got, like we talked about this in the previous episode, they're not experienced or mature enough to understand the difference. And so because there are things thrown at them, their bodies are tight, they're young, they just, they play this game. They learn to play the game earlier, and they're emotionally more mature than men typically. And guys are still figuring that out because guys have been burned enough and we're too stupid to figure that out at that age. And that's typically why younger women go after older guys, because they tend to be more mature. They tend to be more self-assured, confident. Money's actually not as big of a thing as you think it is. That's a whole nother episode. It can be a factor depending on where they are, but it plays a little lesser role than you would think. It helps, but when it comes to money, older guys also know value versus just throwing around stupidly. So they'll have a better investment in value. So that means they just have more experience. They've been around the sun a few more times.
Okay.
So, but women also will test guys all the time. If it's a true test, some of them is subconsciously, some of it not. But if it's a true test, women want the dude to pass the test too. They're going to test you all the time. Mm-hmm. First of all, to find out what your backbone is, to see what core values you have. They're going to keep testing you to see if that's the guy, if he's true to what his image is and who she thinks he is. So look at you in the test. They want you to pass the test. If they're truly interested in you, they want you to pass the test. But it's frustrating as hell because you feel like you're fighting the Chinese all the time. They're just far and away all the time.
Yeah,
stupid
I don't know why we do that. It's weird.
Because you're women, you have a boobs and a vagina.
It's a weird thing.
What, boobs and a vagina?
No, that's great. That part's great.
I know. I cherish it all the time. But I hope my mom's not listening. And she won't, by the way. But that's the issue, is they want you to pass a test. They want you to be that individual that they think you are or are capable of being. So they keep firing away at you these tests. Again, it could be conscious, subconscious, but they'll push back. So women will draw you in and then push you back and see how back you come back at them. And if you do the nice guy stuff, you're going to just keep coming back all the time. You're going to keep being hit like you're a dog with a wet piece of paper. They're just going to keep pounding you with a rolled up newspaper.
Oh, for sure.
They'll just keep doing it to you, and there's nothing you can do about it if you're a nice guy. Well, there's something you can do about it. Just walk away. Get some testicles. Move on.
That's where I'm saying, like, I feel like a lot of the nice guys, like, insecure, like you said, and also obsession issues. They get a little obsessive.
Oh, yeah.
But innocently, I've noticed.
Yeah, but what happens then they bring their friends in and say, hey.
Well, yes.
But they'll go like, when some of these women get a nice guy, they'll start taking them and going, hey, my friends and I want to do this. Can you take care of us? And you do. What happens?
The nice guys do?
Nice guys. Kind guys can do that too. But nice guys are doing it because they have a specific goal. Kind guys just do it because they're like, oh, I don't care. You know?
Yeah.
So that's where, but nice guys will do it without hesitation and stuff. Sometimes a kind guy will say, hey, let me do this. You know, but once a woman gets a nice guy in friend zone, they will ask and keep requesting that. Kind guys just suggest stuff. There's a big difference there. They're subtle, but there's big differences.
That's act.
But it is sad. But you know,
very true, though. Very true.
But here's where women become much more complex. And I've seen this a number of times too, is they have this independence, or they think they're much more higher value than they are. Okay. So they think they put themselves as value as very high. But at the same time, they'll keep making very similar mistakes. And the men they choose, if they're in abusive relationships, like they'll go after these bad boy kind of guys that abuse them, narcissistic, whatever, and they keep going back to that because then they think they're high value, but then they believe they don't deserve what they're getting. So they have this self-image of they don't feel worthy of the attention they're getting. I've seen that a number of times. It's like the Peter principle. You are elevated to the level, your highest possible level you can do, but they get uncomfortable. They're afraid of success. They're afraid of having that true love. They don't know what to do with it because they've never experienced it. And so they get in this conflict, and that's where women become very complex because they have this great opportunity in front of them. Maybe there's the right guy, but they keep going back at the same, and then they bitch about it. Well, this guy's doing this, you know. Okay, you've been dating the same type of individual for like the last 5 years. You keep making the same mistake over and over, and you bitch about it. Why?
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
But you've seen it with your friends, right?
Oh, for sure.
And you're going, what are you thinking?
Yeah, and I've kind of noticed that it goes back to daddy issues a lot of the time. You either kind of, well, what I've noticed anyway, that girls either attract people that remind them of their dad, or they go the complete opposite route and
it
try to do a lot better, but the emotional things are...
It could be a lot of that. It could be past relationships that they actually had. They try to look for the good in that relationship because they thought the high was high. Some of them just like the roller coaster ride where it's this total emotional up and down, and it's their excitement.
I don't think that. I really don't. Like, as a woman, I really do think it's because of a lack of father figure, but that's just my personal opinion.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be a number of different reasons. It could be fear of abandonment. So they'll break up relationships, and they know that this guy that's narcissistic and abusive isn't going to abandon her because she can take the beating. He's not going to walk away from her.
Well, have you noticed that people with father figures in their life, they don't have any of these issues that we're talking about?
Not true.
You don't think so?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, I've seen.
Enlighten me.
It's I've seen everything. It's like they have great dads, and sometimes it's that person reminds me of my dad, or I have been abused by my dad, so that's the only love I know.
Well, I'm talking about the majority of people.
It's like that's not one size fits all. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Some of it is just the pussified guys nowadays too. What you get is women are looking for these stronger guys, and so they'll get into those abusive relationships because they see that as strong because the selection pool is smaller too.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more narcissists out there. I think there's a lot more manipulators. Manipulators have gotten very good these days, especially with social media. They can cast a wider net and select their targets more specifically now than they could in the past. So they can bullseye. And online dating is a perfect way to do that. So I've seen that before too.
Yeah, online dating has been weird. Has been very weird.
All dating is weird.
Yeah, but online it's just so easy to just, I don't know. It's made it more acceptable to not communicate as well with people. I don't know. Like,
What's a bigger pool of fish?
I feel like it's like, just block them.
It's a number game. Yeah, it's a numbers game now.
Yes.
You know, so you're going to meet people you otherwise haven't had a chance to meet, which is the good news, is your pool's bigger. It's the bad news too, because your pool's bigger. You know, so you're going to run into more assholes and you're just going to run into more numbers. And so the more choices are there, but then you get more, desensitized, and the players know how to play the game a little bit better. So therefore they come across as the alpha. So the players know how to play the game better because their tools are a little bit better.
Yes.
And because it works, they found a system that works, and they're able to do that with women. But women fall for that too. But again, the younger they are too, the more difficult it can be.
Oh, for sure.
They just haven't tuned in who they are. They're still developing in who they are and what they have. And again, they've been put on a pedestal until they can have whatever they want. And I've watched this over and over and over again. They just want this excitement of whether it's things to do. They're not capable of handling a good relationship. They don't know how to communicate.
Oh, you're talking about younger women?
Predominantly, yes. On that side, the younger they are, their skills have not, and their maturity level have not developed in a relationship-wise that makes them ready for the real world. And again, online or the ability to social media, look how many women do these. Look what I'm doing. And they're doing these Instagram posts all the time. It's not about who they're with. It's like, look what I'm doing. It's just affirmation they seek. And with the social media, especially Instagram and, you get your TikTok, they're always posting stuff. I've been out with a number of people, even as just friends, and these women are always posting stuff like, look at the meal, look at me. It's never who they're with. It's always about, look what I'm doing. And they won't include guys in the photo too.
And I'm a little confused on my feelings with that because after turning 30, because women, I understand how they get so into themselves in their 20s, but then I'm also like, well, once you turn 30, once I turned 30, I started feeling like I was like, oh man, I got to actually like build some value to me, or, like my looks aren't going to last forever. And so I don't hate the fact that women are a little selfish in their 20s just because that's the best period of women's lives.
Oh, I agree. And I'm not saying hating on it. I'm just saying what it is. But they're worried about their followers and, they'll do double takes of stuff. And it's not about enjoying the moment. It's how do I look in the moment and blasting it out there. So you ruin moments sometimes because you're just like, look who I am. Oh, let's make a great photo. Oh, that's a bad side. Look at the angle. Let me see the photos. Yeah. It's like this self-absorption. That's seeking affirmation of look how cool I am. Look what I'm doing. Instead of the moment of the relationship. So they're not focused on the relationship as much as the affirmation. And the accolades are getting, look at the cool shit I am. Look how badass I am. The other thing with women is like, when a woman talks about how badass she is, she's not badass. If you have to brag about it, no, you're not. You're a bitch. That's the way. My impression, you're a bitch if you have to say how badass you are.
It's a very weird thing. I understand the addiction behind social media, but I feel like as soon as you just like check somebody and be like, you're not enjoying the moment and you're being kind of weird about it. Like, I feel like people just need kind of like checkouts of it because
I'll call people out.
It's an addiction, social media.
Well, it is. It is.
Affirmation can be addictive. Not to me, but
yeah, it's me. It's me first. Yeah. And yes, you should be first, but it shouldn't override everything else that you're doing because you ruin good moments.
Well, addiction.
Right.
Does that.
Absolutely. The affirmation, the addiction of it. And that's what's happening because people fuel this fire. They're constantly reaffirming this stuff. And that's why so guys are stupid and they'll do it. Or other women, it's like, oh my God, that was so much fun. And they'll never show you the bad side. It's always like, look how great I am. Look what's happening here. And I just laugh at this stuff. I love watching people. I'm just fascinated by the dance. How people, I love sitting at airports watching people. Oh, yeah. But when it comes to women, it's so difficult because they can shift gears in a heartbeat too. Because they're very emotional on the moment sometimes. And it's not logical. They don't see things through other lenses sometimes. They only look at it through their own perspective.
Well, I'd say emotional. Like I wouldn't say it's like from their own perspective. Well, personally speaking, mine personally does come very emotional driven. Emotions overrun my logic way more often than I'd like them to.
And that happens with women.
It sucks.
It happens with women. It happens with some guys too, but it's like, because guys will say F you and walk away. Unless you're a nice guy, then you sit there and kiss her ass. Like, what's the matter? But that's what makes it so difficult. Women, they'll spin 180 on you in a heartbeat, and you're like, what the hell happened? And it could be that time of month. It could be something emotionally that happened with their friends. It could be, but it's something emotionally that's happened, and they'll spin on you 180 degrees, and it just breaks my neck sometimes.
I hate it too.
It's just frustrating.
Me and my best friend, one of my best friends, we have this thing where we have to remind each other where we're like feeling too emotional. We have to be like, are you about to start your period? And then we're like, oh, yeah, we usually do. Like 9 times out of 10, we're about to start our period. And then it calms us down. It's like, oh.
That's such an easy excuse for guys, man. We're so screwed that way.
No, I'm telling you, PMS is a real thing. Insane.
I say PMA, not PMS, positive mental attitude. But it's funny. I'll give you an example. So I just come back from a business trip when I was married. And we're sitting on the couch. Now, our marriage is kind of on the downside anyways, sitting on opposite ends of the couch, watching Coming Back to America, right? Eddie Murphy. And they pull up with a Waldorf Astoria. And I just happened, in New York, and I just happened to say, God, I'm just so glad I had the opportunity to stay there one time. Because I was there, I got invited to go to some charity event. And I got to stay with that. She stands up and goes, yeah, I guess I'm a piece of shit, and walks out. I go, what the hell was that? I had no idea where that one came from. I was like, okay, there's a problem. There's a problem here. Don't know what it is. Don't know if I want to know what it is. But the 180 degrees I can spin so fast out of nowhere is just, okay. That had nothing to do with daddy issues, by the way.
And I can understand where men can be like, do I follow her? Do I leave her alone?
I left her alone. I want no part of that. I want no part of that hurricane because I don't know what it was. I wasn't going to step into that one. But so it was a good choice on my part. But that's the kind of stuff that happens. And you're going, okay, I don't know what happened here, but I don't like it. But guys usually don't do that most of the time. You know, guys handle things a little differently, but women, that's a challenge. They have this elevated self-worth. They've been, again, entitled or felt entitled. They're judged on their looks a lot, so they spend a bunch of time getting ready on their looks. They have makeup and outfits, and it's like it takes a couple of hours for women to get ready sometimes, and which is cool because they look really good when they do. A lot of women look really good without making up, and I don't think they give themselves enough credit, which is sad because there's a lot of naturally beautiful women. They spend so much time. It's like, look, you look fine the way you are. By the way, never use the word fine with a woman. It's a death sentence. Mm-hmm. Never say you look fine. Ever, guys, ever. It's like, how's this look fine? Oh, death, you're dead. Tell her she looks like shit or she can do this.
Yes.
Don't say fine.
I was about to say, like,
pick one or the other.
Yes,
don't say fine.
Yes, because fine, you're just like, what do you mean?
Yeah, fine's the worst word you can use with a woman.
For sure.
But there's a lot of women that don't need the elevation or the level of makeup and stuff that they think they do. They want this perfection on their look. And again, self-absorbed. They really don't need it. And that sends into a spiral because they don't appreciate really what they have. And they think they have to put this fresh coat of paint on all the time. They really don't. Throw a ball cap on sometimes. It's okay.
And I'm not sure why. And the only thing I can think of is that, again, the emotions rule the logic when it comes to how much more women.
It could be an insecure issue. I think it's an insecurity issue because they want to be sexualized in a way. It's funny how many women say, I don't mean sexualized, but then you wear these outfits, you do all this makeup, and then you say you don't want to be sexualized. Then wear a ball cap.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the problem I have, that they go both ways. I don't want to be sexualized, but you do want to be sexualized. It depends.
It's complicated for sure.
I know. That's why you guys are difficult. So it's, but I appreciate it. But from a guy's point of view.
Again, with that being said, though, it's like one day we really do feel like being hit on and feel like being hot, but then the next day we don't.
Or what they really mean.
Like,
yeah, but the other thing too is what they really mean is like, I want to be hit on at the bar, but I want to be hit on by the right guys. Now they're hit on by a lot. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe anybody's hitting on me. basically what they mean is the right guy didn't hit on you, okay? So let's be honest. Oh, a bunch of creeps. Yeah, because you didn't get the right guy. That's what it really means.
See, I never understood that one. I'm like, if you're going to go out and obviously dress like...
The nines, yeah.
Yeah, like, don't get weird about getting attention.
Oh, they do.
And, like, I'll go down... If I don't want attention that night, I'll go down with no makeup, freaking baggy pants, boots, like...
You got natural beauty, so you're fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, well, thank you. But,
I mean, you can go out there with missing a limb in a wheelchair, you know, with a seeing eye dog, and people would buy you drinks. Yeah, I would.
All right.
Probably well. I feel sorry. Not hitting on him. Maybe, I don't know. It depends how good the dog looks.
You're not a nice guy?
So, no, don't do that. Kind guy. That's what kind guys would do. Nice guys wouldn't.
That's kind of true. If you're buying a shot for somebody who you just described, that's pretty kind.
Yeah, I do that. I remember I was at well, here's an example of a kind guy versus a nice guy. So I remember I was at this in Detroit. I had to go there for this little conference, and we're at this dinner table. There's probably 10 of us. And I looked over, and there was this I'll say elderly woman. She was definitely an older woman, and she just looked sad. She was sitting there having dinner by herself. And I pulled the waitress aside and said, like, excuse me, can you pick up her tab for me? Don't tell her who did it. Just bring the tab over to me, and I'll sign it. And she goes, why? I go, I just want to do it. And I go, just don't tell her who did it. And so the waitress goes over there and says, your tab was picked up. She told her who it was. And she came up to me with tears in her eyes. She goes, thank you so much. Why'd you do that? I go, you just look like you need a friend today. That's all. And she had told me it was a 1-year anniversary of her husband's death.
Oh, God.
And it was like, wow, I didn't mean for that to happen, but that's what a kind guy will do.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to hit on her, but somebody just needed a friend that you could just tell and stuff like that. And so kind people will do stuff like that, random acts of kindness. I remember another one, just stupid little things make life better. I was at an airport, I think it was in Phoenix maybe, and I just ordered, I forget what it was, burger and fries, and the order was just about to come out, and a military guy had come up, and he goes, I have 20 minutes before my flight. What's really fast? He goes, I'd like this burger and fries. He goes, it won't be done in time. And he goes, damn. I said, sir, my meal, literally it brought to me right there. I go, you can have this. This is exactly what you're going to order. You know what? You pay for your meal, and you can have this one. We ordered the same thing. And, that's kindness. It's just, it has nothing to do with women at all. Just be a kind person in general.
Yeah.
And that's core value. And that's where the stuff that women sometimes don't see with kind guys, they think it's nice because it's all about them. It's not, because they don't spend enough time investing in the painting.
Well, again, with that being said, I think that's a maturity thing. And then kind of going through experiences and recognizing the differences between them. Like, you don't really know that I didn't when I was younger.
A little bit.
Like now I do. I can, every category that you just said, yes, know that completely. But ask the nearest 20-year-old. Ask the nearest 20-year-old. I don't.
Well, because people want immediate gratification. And so they want this, like, oh, that's how it is, because you're swipe left, swipe right on there. It's the social media block. You have access to so much information now. You're trying to make quick decisions, and people won't invest. They're not going, is this person this? They're not trying to figure it out. They just immediately have an answer. People are so quick to judge people nowadays because everybody's one-issue people. And so they judge the greater painting by a very small piece of the painting nowadays instead of taking time to invest, because that's what society is right now. They're one-issue people.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. We have lost the ability to judge other people or spend time to invest. Even though there's some good things in here, they're going, oh, no, it must be this. Because they want to label people so quickly nowadays. And that's where we're fucking up. And women are very quick on this, more than men, I think, in general. So that's why it's much more difficult. Women are much more complex that way.
Yeah.
And women have a bigger support system that will support whatever they say.
That's true.
So, because men are like, they'll basically say, stop being a wimp. Suck it up, big boy. Women, oh, you poor dear. And so it reinforces this victimization and stuff. More because men don't have a support system.
It's a weird time right now. It's a very weird time.
It's been growing, but it's been like that for a lot of times too.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it has been. I've been around 30 years, but I just feel like social media is just, I don't know, like you said, it's just quick to dismiss.
Well, on that
social
part,
media happening, I'm just like,
yeah, but the social, your social circle with women, they built on that. Guys don't care if you don't call them for 6 months. Guys are like, hey, let's go golf, and you're right back in there. Women's like, well, you didn't call me. I didn't get invited to that party.
a lot of them, yes.
It's about the social circle. Especially the neighborhood I live in. Oh my God, the women drive the whole social calendar. Guys don't give a crap. They're like, whatever. Okay, I go to this party. Like, okay, that's the way it is. But women, if they don't get invited to something, their butt hurt. And then they'll backstab that person all over the place. Like
Most girls are like that, yeah.
They'll throw them through the mud. Backstab is like,
Well, I won't say most. I'll say a lot.
And then they get it. And then at the last minute, they get the invite. Like, oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. Really? She was just a bitch an hour ago. It's like, so I see this all the time.
Yeah, I still don't understand that one.
Yeah,
it's
and then they're best friends. And then they're best friends. Women's social circles are very important to them. Guys, not so much.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah, I mean, guys don't get butt hurt a lot over stuff. It's like, oh, you invite me? It's good. All right, no big deal. I'll go do this.
Yeah, I'm like, that's why I'm like, yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, see? Yeah, right?
I'm like, no, I feel like that's where I get a little jaded because I'm like, I noticed a lot of women like that, but me and my friend group, no. Fuck
well, yeah, because you tend to hang around with people that are similar.
Yeah, and I'm like.
And that's why I always say bell curve.
Yeah. Because
it's not absolute. It's just what I've witnessed in general. And it's pretty dead on most of the time. I can guarantee my observations, they've served me well so far. I guess that's why I'm still single, right? But the women, that's why they're so complex. They would rather keep their social circle more intact than support their husband in some cases. They'll throw their husband under the bus in a heartbeat in order to maintain their social circle. Because guys can take it too. I was like, what? Okay.
Well, also they don't care enough to really engage on it, right?
Unless we get married, you figure out how to deal with this situation.
Like whatever.
Yeah, but oh my God, guys, yeah, women. Oh yeah, I was thrown on the bus so many times. I think I changed you from underneath the bus, but that's just the way it was. You just understood that. I was like, okay, it's more important for their social circle to be maintained, their support system, than it is for their significant other.
Very strange.
It is. Mm-hmm. Again, why women are difficult.
A lot of women are like that for sure. Remind away, I don't have many girlfriends.
Well, communicate.
Or guy friends, any friends.
But it's.
I have enough. I'm not a weirdo.
You got a lot of friends. Well, you are a weirdo, but you have a lot of friends too. So you got both those going for you. So don't sell yourself short, right?
For sure.
But if people just communicated better and just were honest with themselves sometimes, and I always go back to communication, so critical in any situation, whether it's with dating, with friends, business relationships, but be honest with yourself first.
Yes, and I think that's very hard for a lot of women. Why women are difficult. It's hard for women to be honest with themselves a lot of the time. Men too. But because and especially when I'm going through emotional states, and that's why I have to say, like always, it's a lot of emotional occurrences that I think cause a lot of problems with women. Just the hormones just get all messed up, and then you're just like, everything bothers me. And then it's like being honest with yourself is very hard in some of those moments as a woman.
But some of them it's just the nature of the DNA. I remember way back a long time ago. God, we're going way back. Just after college, I remember I was dating this girl for a while. They went shopping, and I was just around, just tagging along. And she goes, "Well, what do you think of this?" She holds this outfit up, right? And I go, "That looks cute." She goes, "You like this?" I go, "Yes." What I thought about. I was like, "Yeah, I think it's cute." She's like, "Oh my God, this is horrible." I'm like, okay. So then she goes, look at this other one. I go, "I don't like that one as much." "Really, you don't like this? This is awesome." She ends up buying that. I was like, "What the hell? Why are you asking me what I think about it if you're basically going to do the exact opposite? Don't ask me." So the next time she's like, "How's this?" I go, "Fine." That's what I learned. Don't use the word fine. Ever use the word fine. But
I don't know why it's so triggering, but it is.
I don't know. It just, I know, because it's like you're oblivious.
What do you mean fine?
It's kind of like you're oblivious and don't care. That's the way they take it, in my opinion.
I just take it as like undetermined. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, you have to be decided.
Yes.
Fine means you just don't want to make a commitment because you're screwed either way.
I'm just like, so
it's a cop out. Tap me out.
No,
it's like voting president in Congress. Just vote president. Don't say the word fine.
There you go.
Same thing.
Yes or no?
Yeah, don't use the word fine. That the word moist offends women.
Moist. Just makes me uncomfortable.
I know, that's what I'm saying. The word fine and moist.
Moist offends women?
Oh, God, yeah.
What?
Yep.
Weird.
Ask your friends. Watch. Ask your friends.
I feel like it makes them feel weird.
What? Are you moist?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you can have a moist cake.
Yeah.
Don't use the word. I'm telling you. Don't use the word fine. Don't use the word moist. They should be stricter in the English language.
Want to be moist? I don't know why it makes them feel weird. No, it does make him feel weird. But
I was going to say.
I know. I don't see why. No. I don't
moist
see it.
should not make them feel weird.
I don't see it on the same level as fine, though. I'm like, I don't get angry when I hear the word moist. Like,
watch. Check it out. I guarantee
it makes me feel like, ugh.
I think it's a hot word myself, but I
Anyway,
have a vested interest in that stuff when I say it.
Moist.
But no, use the word moist or fine. Those two words should be stricken for the English language when it comes to dealing with women. At least want to piss them off. No, the guys think word penis. Just like, what? Penis doesn't exist. I mean, it shouldn't.
The wee.
So, okay. So the understanding is women are always looking for the BBD, bigger, better deal, all the time. Especially if you're in the early dating stage. If they're not in a serious relationship, they're always looking for a bigger, better deal. And they'll blow people off for that. It's not about relationships. They'll blow people off all the time. Like, oh, this is cooler. Screw you. I've seen that a number of times. But so what does a dude do? In my opinion, first of all, only invest in those women that are going to invest in you. Time. It doesn't mean money necessarily, but time, resources, talking, stuff like that. That's really all guys really need. Because if you're going to do stuff for women, and this is for the nice guys out there, if you're going to do stuff for women, if they're not investing in you, they're not calling you first, or they're not calling you back, or they're not investing time. It's like, hey, yeah, I want to do this with you. Then don't invest as much time with them because you're being used.
Yeah.
That is just a fact.
That's true.
If they're not investing, people who like you will find time to spend with you or make time to talk to you.
Correct.
That's just the way it is. And if those people aren't, and they're only showing up when they want things, then they're not worth your time.
That's correct.
Because if you're doing stuff for them, you're just reinforcing that behavior. Mm-hmm. It's just don't do it. Right?
I agree.
Because you'll eat that up. I mean, it's like, yeah, why not, right? Free stuff.
Yeah.
And so guys just don't do it. Yeah. If they're not investing in you, don't invest in them.
Yep. Yeah. That is one thing I'll say for all the men out there. Like, just exactly what you just said.
Grow some balls.
Grow some fucking balls. Yes.
Yep, exactly. So the other thing too is like
it's okay with spoiling your girl, but if she's not your girl yet, stop. Just stop. And then it's gonna turn you into an asshole towards other girls that could potentially make you a better man. Like, it's like, stop getting butthurt. You know. Stop
being run over by a bus. Stop being dragged around like a chain.
Yes.
So the other thing too.
It's not gonna end well.
Well, no, it's not. You're on the losing end.
Yes.
Usually financially.
And I hate it when kind guys, I won't say nice guys because they're always nice. So kind guys, when they turn into assholes because they don't quite get it. Like they don't understand to like just, how do I explain it? They don't understand to just kind of grow some balls, I guess.
No, you're thinking nice guys. Kind guys, you don't want to mess with a kind guy too much because at some point they'll flip the switch, but they can become assholes. That's why That's why kind guys with an edge. Kind guys with an edge, what women want, they just haven't found that edge part. So they'll push it too far and then the edge comes out. That's when those kind guys like, okay, now you're going to get the confidence. They're not going to stalk you or stuff like that. But what the kind guys will do, they're going to stand up for themselves in very harsh ways. I mean, not out to get you, but if you screw them over, if you screw a kind guy over, they may not come at you right there, but if that opportunity pops up, yeah, they'll burn you. Mm. You know, they're just going to say, fuck you.
Well, I'm talking about the ones, okay, so we're talking
nice
about...
guys, now you get...
Okay.
So,
Okay, yeah.
Kind
I
of the
guess
nice
so.
guys, yeah. The nice guys that turn into a-holes.
Like pussy asshole. Like,
Yeah, so what they
you
do...
know, where you're just like,
No,
you're
those
not
are
even being like a cool.
those are kind of like the manipulators. That's where you kind of manipulate the
They're
process
just, like, butthurt all the
and
time.
control. Well, they want to be controlled. They want to control. That's what some of that is what the goal is.
Okay.
So nice guys, you get beat up with a wet, like I said, a wet newspaper all along. They're just going to take it. They're never going to turn it. They're never going to turn it into those.
Well, that's why I didn't say nice guy. I was like, who are the guys that
Manipulators and narcissists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's on the bad boy side.
Well, I feel like there's been like, okay, for example, like people I've gone to high school with, and they were like the nerdy, like, cool guys, like nice guys, kind guys. I'm not really sure. But like I see them posting on Facebook, like how fucking, like they're so mad at women. And it's like,
now that's just
weird.
frustration. Well, those are your nice guys that are just frustrated. It's like, why is it? Now they're playing the victim.
Okay.
So now when you get into manipulators and narcissists, they'll play the game, bring you along.
That's what I was saying. I don't think that they're that.
Yeah, they're just
Victimizing
frustrated.
themselves.
Yeah, they've become victims now, and they're angry at the world.
Yeah, and I'm like, how do you help those people? Like, because I hate seeing it because I feel bad because
They should start dating dudes.
maybe.
No, we're our own fucked up mess group, anyways.
But really though, I see that they're kind people and they're good people, and I hate to see like them change their souls and their personalities because
Well, it's kind of growth. I mean, it's like when you work out, and you work out no pain, no gain. You have to be punched in the face in life in order to grow. You have to get hurt in order to understand true love. So it's like the Steve Miller song, Jet Airliner. I forget the exact lyrics, but you got to go through hell before you get to heaven, kind of thing. So you got to be burned in order to understand how hot the fire can be.
Okay, so it's basically
No pain, no gain.
yes. Okay,
Again, experience comes from making bad decisions.
that's true.
I'm very experienced. I make a lot of
That's
bad
true.
decisions.
I guess with everybody, it's you either fuck up or
That's
fail,
how you
right?
grow. Yeah,
Yes.
you have to make mistakes in order to grow on all sides, in business, relationships, whatever it is. There's no perfection out there.
Or you just become a victim.
Yeah, you blame everybody else.
Yeah.
And you know what? You'll never have friends. And you'll burn through people like there's no tomorrow.
What about the people that just don't know the right steps to take?
That's why we're doing this podcast, to help people.
Yeah,
But again, what's the right step? Sometimes you get lucky and you find that love of your life and you grow together. And that's ultimately what you want in a relationship. You want to grow together. You don't want to change anybody. Nobody should change. They should grow.
Yeah.
There's a big difference of change and growth.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of things everybody can do to better themselves, right?
Yes. Now, do you have the
Everything.
discipline to do it?
Therapy, exercise, yes.
Right. Do you have the discipline to do it? And do you have the want and desire to do it? If you don't, then you're not going to grow. And that's why whenever I feel like I have a decent relationship going and it goes sideways, like you get ghosted, I just want to know answers. Is there something I did? Well, how can I improve? And I'll focus on that. It helps me grow as an individual. I want answers. You can't grow unless you have answers. And no, it's wrong.
True. Yeah, sometimes I see people where they're just so clouded by their hurt that they can't grow. And I think that's where I kind of feel bad or want to give advice or help them in some way. It's like,
And that's admirable.
get out of your cloud of.
And sometimes they just it's just something that takes time. Time heals wounds sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
And because if it hurt that much and they're so focused on it, it's either going to be a mental illness or they're going to grow from it. We've all been spanked hard at some point in our life in a relationship where we were really butthurt. And from that, you have to look at it. What lessons did I learn? What signs did I miss? Is it them or me? Because sometimes bad people just do bad things and you can't change that.
Correct.
And that's when sometimes you have to accept that is just a bad person with a bad agenda. And I was a fool for falling for it. Then you have to look at yourself. Why didn't I pick up the signs, or what could I have done different here? Because it wasn't necessarily on them. They just accepted it. And that's what the nice guys have to learn. I created this environment, so therefore it's up to me to get out or break. You got to break the pattern. Same thing with women. They got to break the pattern of the narcissists, bad boys, all these false alphas. They have to break the pattern Same thing with the nice guys. They got to break the pattern. That's the only way to grow.
True.
But some people are just in that comfort level. They just are comfortable
With being miserable.
Yeah. Yeah. They're afraid to break out. They just are. It's fear of success. I mean, it's a legitimate thing. Sometimes you're afraid to be successful or get what you want because you don't handle it. Like, why do you think so many lottery winners blow through all their money and then it broke? They win this, $100 million and they're broke. Afterwards, because they blow through it. They don't know. They don't have the discipline for it. They're just happy. They don't know. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to process it. And sometimes that's the same thing. That some people are just content being where they are. They're okay with that.
That's true.
It's like a caged dog all the time. You leave the door open for the cage.
Weird. Humans are very weird.
Yeah, we are. We're strange creatures. That's why aliens aren't taking over the world. They go, these guys are fucked.
I can't wait.
But
Some excitement.
Yeah, God, female aliens. Oh, whole new dilemma, right?
I'm so ready.
But it's like a caged dog. Caged dog. If they've been in cages all life and you open the door, they'll be afraid to leave that cage.
Yeah.
They're afraid of the green pastures. They're afraid to go out and run around because they don't know what's out there. They're afraid to be happy. So they stay there. It's like a lot of horses go back to their stalls. That's why it's like, so I learned when my dad owned racehorses and I was brought up on the track. If a barn burns, the stalls are on fire and you have to blindfold the horses in order to take them out. They will not leave the fires.
Oh, interesting.
You have to blindfold the horses to lead them out and get them far enough away. Otherwise, they will run back into the stalls. That's what they know. Same thing.
Okay. I didn't know that's how. Okay. Interesting.
So you learned something today, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
You learn something new every day.
So keep the horses blindfolded when you take them out of the stalls.
You should learn something new every day anyway.
So anyways, the last thing I want to say is that for guys, if you're being blown off a bunch of times, okay, like you have plans to go out and something's coming up in a couple of times or last minute they're just bailing on you, you're just a placeholder. It's like, okay, I'm going to go out and do this with you because if something else comes along better, then I'm going to jump on that. I've seen that a number of times too. If that happens, push back. Don't be so available.
True.
Just don't be available. And don't set dates too far in advance either. I've learned if you do stuff 5-6 days ahead, unless it's a concert, something big that's like a...
Yes.
Don't set dinner like 6 days ahead of time unless you need to get a
reservation. You don't want to be too excited, but you don't want to be too...
Don't be too available.
Yes.
Cannot be too available. And that way, if you do it a day or two ahead of time, and don't say, hey, what do you want to do? Have something specific you want to do. Say, hey, I'm going to go here, or let's do this. Don't say, what do you want to do? You want to hang out? It's like, it's not committal. It's just, you're kind of wishy-washy.
For sure.
So, and you'll get run over that way too.
Yes. Or you're just one of the players.
Oh, yeah. I say, hey, you want to chill? It means, hey, you want to bang?
Yes.
Excuse me what that means. That's the last minute booty call, right?
Yes.
Most cases. Sometimes you just want to chill. I like just drinking and hanging out sometimes, but
Netflix and chill.
sometimes, Netflix is overrated. Prime Video.
Yeah, that's true. That's better.
Actually,
Disney.
yeah, Prime Video has the
Disney
Coda
show.
collection. Good music documentaries there, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for the invite.
And thanks again for tuning in. And remember, live life and enjoy your life. I'm your host, Kevin Evans. Take care.